Do you want to talk to your dead ancestors? Guys, let me tell you, you don't need to recite any ghost-calling scriptures or do weird black magic stuff. You must be wondering, how then? Well, AI. A California-based startup is helping people meet their ancestors. How is all of this possible, and what could be the potential effects of this technology? Let's find out. Guys, I have not personally signed up for this service yet because I simply have a lot of reservations, which I will discuss through the course of the video. But I read a blog on China Daily where a person wrote this article explaining what the whole experience is like. The individual had recently subscribed to myheritage.com, capable of seemingly resurrecting departed ancestors and historical figures using artificial intelligence. Upon uploading an old photograph to myheritage.com/deep nostalgia and patiently waiting for the computer to process it, the photo would come to life as a digital movie for a brief duration. The user claims that the realism of these digital animations was so astonishing that one could easily mistake them for actual recordings of the individuals in their lifetime. This person was both surprised and eager to try it out on more images of their ancestors. One by one, the person uploaded aged pictures, starting with his maternal grandfather who had passed away in 1955, and his spouse, the grandmother. These photographs had adorned a piano in their childhood home. The journey continued with images of the paternal grandfather who had passed away in the 1930s. What happens when you try a new tool? You try to push it to the limits. This person did the same and brought people like Abraham Lincoln and George Washington back to life. Watching these short animations allowed him to virtually meet these historical figures in a sense. Among other notable figures that this person interacted with are General Ulysses S. Grant, renowned for his role in the American Civil War, and his personal hero, General Douglas MacArthur, whose significant contributions were instrumental in defeating Imperial Japan in World War II before encountering challenges in the Korean War. This person was really playing with his new tool as he talked to a youthful version of Mao Zedong, the man who had dedicated their hearts to the well-being of the Chinese people during crucial junctures in the nation's history. All of this sounds like a marketing gimmick and a viable product at the same time, so I don't know what to expect out of such services. I mean, the version is good, but the experience is actually questionable. Why I'm saying this is because you get a dopamine rush for the first 5 to 6 times of upfront usage, but the human mind is intelligent enough to realize that it's being fed artificially. What afterwards? How will such startups make money when the bounce rate is so high? I mean, why would a user come back after realizing that the whole scenario of talking to ancestors is not only artificial, but to be honest, a deceit? I'd love to know what you guys think of the idea in the comment section below, but my opinion doesn't end there, because things could get really, really dark. The dark story of artificial interaction with your ancestors begin with the essence of deep fakes. You may give it any fancy name like talking to ancestors, reliving your memories, but on the base, it's nothing but a deep fake. The spotlight is on deepfake technology, which Deep Nostalgia utilizes to animate people's faces. Numerous instances can be found online where individuals' images have been manipulated using AI-powered deep-faking tools. It ranges from a purported video of Ukraine's President Zelensky announcing the country's surrender to a clip where Ben Affleck replaces Robert Pattinson as Batman. Spotting an end to this trend is simply impossible at the moment. Concerned voice actor groups are starting to voice their opposition to deepfake usage. They argue that companies are leveraging this technology to mimic the voices of these professionals, subsequently using them in advertisements without offering compensation or acknowledgement. The effects of this predicament shed light on the current gray areas existing at the intersection of copyright and artificial intelligence. Deep Nostalgia still somehow holds the promise of utilizing deepfake technology for positive purposes. The positive side for now is the fact that it doesn't harm anyone, providing a brief glimpse into the past. While a still image can't convey a lot, movements and expressions captured through this technology can unveil a wealth of information beyond what a simple photograph can convey. If you ponder very deeply, the problem does not lie with talking to ancestors, but with deep nostalgia itself. Look, animated representations of loved ones or past moments can evoke strong emotional responses, often rekindling feelings of loss or longing. Losing loved ones is not easy. The healing process takes ages. And nothing can worsen your condition more than the fact that you can communicate with artificially curated versions of them. For people dealing with grief or struggling to come to terms with the past, the heightened emotional engagement with these animations could exacerbate their emotional distress. The tale doesn't end there. The stark contrast between the animated portrayal and the reality of loss may make it challenging for individuals to cope with their emotions in a healthy manner. The equation in this case is simple. The more immersive it is, the more depressing it becomes. And you know what happens when you're depressed. Your chances of getting addicted increase exponentially. Technology has a way of inciting users and creating dependencies, and deep nostalgia is no exception. People might become overly reliant on this technology to create and relive past memories, perhaps to compensate for a lack of fulfillment in their present lives. This over-reliance can potentially disrupt real-life relationships, leading to emotional detachment and potential addiction. What worries me the most is the fact that such technologies can create potential distortions of reality. The ability to alter and animate memories could blur the lines between actual experiences and digitally altered versions. This distortion may be particularly concerning for individuals with memory disorders or those susceptible to confusion, as it could exacerbate their challenges in distinguishing reality from the fabricated past. Guys, maintaining a clear perception of reality is crucial for mental well-being, and any technology that interferes with this could pose serious risks, especially if it gives you a dopamine rush over your past experiences. Now think of the disruptions such platforms can create, because they're not meant for a single person. They want a mass influx on their web pages and apps. The only people who I can see benefiting from such endeavors are psychiatrists and drug manufacturers. On a societal level, the increased use of technologies like deep nostalgia will lead to social isolation. Question yourself, would you interact with other people if you start finding solace and comfort in interacting with animated representations of individuals from your past? The clear answer is no, because even if you don't know the answer now, your habits would tell you the complete story as you indulge more and more. Over time, such technologies could lead to meaningless and impotent social interactions and a sense of disconnect from the present, ultimately impacting your mental and emotional health negatively. I'm going to end my list of reservations by talking about something extremely unignorable: the physical strain. Extended use of screens to view animated photos through deep nostalgia can cause eye strain, fatigue, and other discomforts related to excessive screen time. Given the prevalence of technology in our daily lives, managing screen usage and prioritizing one's well-being is vital. As if social media was not enough, humanity has found another way of staying glued to the screens. Now, you must be wondering if I have anything positive to say about this development, and the answer is yes, but it depends on you and you only. Because if you consider such endeavors as an experience rather than habit, nothing can go wrong. But battling with the addictive side of technology is usually never easy. I personally see this technology as a game changer for marketing purposes. Imagine a mindfully written ad where Diego Maradona sells you football shoes, or Pablo Picasso inviting you for the next art show. These kinds of experiences can trigger an impulse response in die-hard fans. But what about copyrights? I think the enterprises that would usually run such campaigns have all the financial means to compensate. It is just a matter of giving everyone his or her due share at fair terms. Advertisements that use deep nostalgia to animate characters, mascots, or even products can also create a ripple effect. Users may be more likely to share these ads, leading to increased brand exposure. The element of surprise can also be there with such marketing campaigns. The possibilities are endless. The current need of the hour is a collaborative mindset where both artists and tech companies come to viable terms for collective benefit. When will that happen? Only time can tell. Subscribe to AI Symbiosis for more news from the world of AI and technology. It takes me time to research the latest developments and then shape a meaningful opinion over them, so you can always press that thumbs up button to show your appreciation. I've made a video on how AI is reshaping the music industry. It's on your screens now, so click and I will catch you there in a second.